and welcome to another Sims 3 video. And I forgot to record the beginning of this, but that doesn't matter because I am going to be doing a proper series of how fast I can finish all the lifetime wishes in The Sims 3. I know I kind of started a series on this, but then it kind of turned into a legacy series and I wasn't actually trying to complete the lifetime wishes as quickly as possible. But this time round, I want to see how fast I can actually do it. I know my sim is not going to be bald or have a crew cut. I just forgot to record the beginning of this, but I will go through the lifetime wish that has been picked at random, all her traits, and everything we're going to get into in this video. So this is our randomized sim. This is my Gold Digger. So she wants to see the ghost of a wealthy spouse. So yeah, this would be a fun first one. And honestly, quite easy one. This didn't take me long at all to do. Honestly, it probably could have actually taken me even less time. But let's get into her traits, shall we? So she is absent-minded. Go along. Dislikes children, which makes sense. Frugal. Okay. Kleptomaniac. And neurotic. All kind of makes sense. And her name is Slayla Terry. Her name was Shayla, but I was like, Slay Queen. And I decided to make her like a blonde bombshell. Because I wanted us to be like femme fatale, kind of like in like the old 1940s, 1950s films, you know? So she had a very Marilyn Monroe look to her, and I very, very much enjoy it and love her, honestly. I decided to put her in the like crappiest starter home in Sunset Valley because, one, she's not really supposed to have much money because, you know, she's a gold digger and maybe she didn't come from money and she always thought that she deserved more than she actually was offered at the beginning of life. And two, she's not going to be living in them for that long, honestly. So I thought she's going in the crappy kind of trailer starter home with all the flamingos. Now I wasn't going to get her a job, but she did get the want to join the criminal career, which is fitting. And then I thought, oh wait a minute though, because if I join a career, that means that she will meet her boss straight away, and her boss may be somebody rich. So doesn't mean we've got to go to work. She's just possibly going to meet a rich sim. But unfortunately that wasn't the case because her boss actually wasn't rich and didn't have a whole lot of money. So plan B. Now I know in town there are a few very rich sims, and there are the Alto family who, you know, aren't the nicest. So I didn't feel bad about possibly breaking this family up, but they weren't at home. Their daughter was, but she was still in high school, so no. And Slayla doesn't like children. So back to the drawing board. She kept getting wants to learn the athletic skill, probably because of her job, but did we do that? No. But we did go to the gym to possibly meet a suitor. And whilst we were there, we did meet someone. I thought, oh, Agnes, but she's been through it. Let's not make her life worse. But Cyclone, Sword, stupid name. I never understood why he had that name, especially when he's in the journalist career, you know? But I was like, possibly. They also do have a bit of attraction as well, so that helps too. And I was like, maybe, you know, even though she's clearly talking rubbish here, but maybe Cyclone is the one for us. Now, Slayla wasted no time at all and found out that he was rich because we formed a little group and, you know, went on to his house. So, awesome. She did, however, maybe come on a little too strong, so we just decided to get to know him first, you know, do all the bog standard stuff and maybe not just go in for the kill, mind the pun, straight away. And after we did a little digging and got to know him a bit better, he opened up to us and was reciprocating the flirting, which, you know, I feel like Slayla is a little bit irresistible, even though maybe not, because he didn't want us sleeping over that night. Which is fair, you just met this weird woman in the gym. Of course, you know, maybe we shouldn't go too fast into this, considering the ending. So the lovely couple went for a little bite to eat at the bistro in the evening, just to, you know, enjoy each other's company. But before we could do anything else, Cyclone got tired and decided to go home. So I wanted to be able to finish this in like a day or like 2 days, but I guess the Sims had another idea, or rather Cyclone had another idea. I never really liked him all that much, so I guess this is revenge. I don't know what it is about him. I think it's just his name, and also the fact that he always wears those weird sunglasses. And why is he in journalism if he's like a weird computer whiz, clearly into gaming? Does it matter? No. So the next morning we decided to give him a little call, as well as quit our job that we did not need, but he clearly was at work. So I was like, fine, we'll just have to sit here at 3 times speed and wait for him to get out of work. So I decided to take her to the park just because she has more stuff to do there autonomously, and I just kind of couldn't be bothered, you know, playing. I just decided to just wait and let her do whatever she wanted. But when the time came, I did invite Cyclone to the park to continue with romanticizing him and possibly start dating him. And here is the lovely nerd. But I realised when I was looking at his, trying to phone him, and so I was looking at his info, he was in a relationship because of story progression. Maybe whilst I do these challenges, I should turn that off because it's a bit annoying, honestly. But it's fine because he was reciprocating the flirts, and I did get him to, you know, break up with his girlfriend. But then he also didn't want to kiss us, so he decided that we were being creepy and left. Yeah. It's okay though, because we just followed him home. Like the weird stalker. Yeah. And once we got to his house and he clearly didn't mind letting us in, we continued trying to woo him and were being successful this time round. even though his roommates just decided to get in the way. Do you mind standing in the way of the camera? It's like, excuse me, what about us? We're main characters. It's like, no, you're not. Not in this one. Bugger off, please. But it was finally happening. They had their first kiss and became romantic interests. Finally, I don't know why it took so long. I feel like it don't usually take that long, but when they were romantic interest, things definitely escalated very quickly, which was great because we proposed going steady and became partners. And in the very next breath, Slayla proposed to Cyclone, and he clearly is just head over heels for our lovely Slayla here. So he obviously said yes. And then, as soon as they were engaged, we decided to get married. Isn't sim love just so beautiful? So lovely and fleeting. Now, I did try to kick all of his roommates out, but I don't know if this is something to do with NRAS mods or just The Sims 3 in general, but it wouldn't let me kick them out because apparently there wasn't enough beds for them, which is understandable, but still quite annoying. So we had to stay with his roommates, which, fair enough, at least Slayla has someone to talk to when we do what we do to her husband. Yeah. So they decided to do this autonomously. They decided to consummate their wedding, and also, Slayla got used to her new abode. But as soon as they were finished, my plan came into action, because there is a very nice little balcony just off of our bedroom. And so I decided to have Cyclone just come out and get a bit of fresh air afterwards, and well, you'll see what happens. Now, there are many ways to kill a sim, and also quicker ways, but this is the easiest. Just lock them in a room where they can't get out of, and wait a few days. And on the last day, have them glitch out and decide to pass out in the garden. But it's fine because we don't have free will on, so I guess he just wanted to meet his demise in a different spot, I suppose. But Cyclone's time has come, and his hunger got the better of him, and here is old Grimmy to take him away to wherever Sims go after you've played with them. Now, Slayla did come down to say goodbye, which is good because I wasn't going to have her do that, but I forgot that when they die, they turn into a ghost beforehand. So, as soon as she ran through that door, she completed her lifetime wish of seeing her wealthy spouse's ghost. And she clearly was distraught about it, which I think is a bit of an act. I don't think she liked him that much, honestly. And why do I say that? Well, because as soon as she was alone, she lets out a little giggle. Right here. See? And I feel like someone who has just lost their soulmate and their spouse would not just giggle like that after seeing them die. And with that, that is the end of this video and the end of the Gold Digger Lifetime Wish. It actually only took me about an hour of gameplay, maybe even less than that. It took me a couple of days in game. It could have taken me a lot less if I had, say, drowned them or set Cyclone on fire, you know, or cheated. But I really couldn't be bothered. I'm just here trying to get a picture of a thumbnail. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the next installment of me hiding in trees. Bye, guys.